Jorginho's agent reveals Chelsea player's dream of playing in Italy. The agent of Chelsea midfielder Jorginho has revealed the player's dream of playing in Italy. He arrived at the West London club in the summer of 2018 from Serie A side Napoli, and has become one of the Blues' most crucial players since. Jorginho has been hugely successful at the club in terms of trophies won as well as individual honours, including his UEFA Men's Player of the Year title and finishing third overall in the Ballon d'Or. In an interview, via Football Italia, his agent João Santos has revealed the Italian international's dream of returning to play in his nation. Playing in Serie A is a dream for him and his heart remains here. As things stand today, he could play for 4 or 5 clubs: Milan, Inter, Juve, Roma or Napoli. There are many clubs interested in him. In the past I spoke to PSG, Barcelona and also Milan's Ricky Massara. I don't know if the Rossoneri are still interested, though. The fact remains, we can't do anything now because Chelsea are not allowed to sell, buy or renew contracts. Jorginho has a contract until June 2023. After the World Cup we'll see about working on a renewal. Since arriving at the club nearly 4 years ago, Jorginho has made 179 appearances in all competitions for the Blues, with 26 goals and 7 assists to his name from midfield. He has featured 38 times so far this season, scoring 9 and assisting 3 for the world and European champions. Chelsea allowed to sell Champions League, FA Cup and away tickets as UK government update licence. Chelsea are now allowed to sell Champions League and FA Cup tickets but not Premier League tickets despite away fans being allowed to. This comes after it was reported that a solution to their ticket ban was said to be close to being finalised. As per Associated Press, a government document shows the terms of the licence which will now allow Champions League tickets to be sold again, with UEFA collecting the proceeds. Furthermore, Chelsea fans will be allowed to attend the FA Cup semi-final against Crystal Palace at Wembley with the proceeds going to the competition organisers. Away fans will also be able to purchase tickets for matches at Stamford Bridge, and the easing of restrictions means Chelsea will not receive cash from any sales. Sports Minister Nigel Huddleston confirmed the changes to the licence. The government has made alterations to the licence to Chelsea FC so that fans will be able to access tickets to away matches, cup games and women's fixtures. Thiago Silva reveals he had no doubts of performing at high level after Chelsea move. Thiago Silva has revealed he had no doubts he would continue to perform at the highest level after making his move to Chelsea. He signed for the Blues in the summer of 2020, having previously featured for League One side PSG. Despite now being 37 years old, Silva has become one of the club's most important players since he arrived in West London, helping them to win even more silverware. Speaking to the official Chelsea website, the centre-back revealed he never had any doubts about still being able to compete at the top level despite playing in English football for the first time. I wasn't apprehensive, but after 8 years at a club, I was making such a big move at what is theoretically the tail end of my career, for many players at least. So many people had their doubts whether I'd be able to play to the same standard here as I did at PSG, but I never had any doubts of how I'd perform for the club. I feel like I've kept up my standard here at Chelsea, bearing in mind it's the best league in the world. I left a big club but joined a big one as well. I stayed at a high level and I'm really proud of how it's gone, but it's been a lot of hard work to keep up those high standards. Since joining nearly 2 years ago, Silva has made 69 appearances in all competitions, scoring 5 goals and providing 2 assists. Declan Rice prefers Chelsea transfer over Manchester United despite club sale. West Ham United midfielder Declan Rice would prefer a move to Chelsea over Manchester United despite the uncertainty surrounding the club, according to reports. As per Standard Sport, Rice has not been put off a move to Chelsea despite the upcoming change in ownership and uncertainty surrounding the club. Chelsea are currently unable to purchase players, operating under a special government licence to ensure that they can run as normally on the field despite sanctions off the field. Recent reports have stated that West Ham will demand at least £150 million for Rice if he is to move in the summer, after yet another brilliant season in East London. Such a transfer would be a British record fee for a player, with the most expensive signing to date being Jack Grealish's move to Manchester City in the summer. It would also smash the £97 million that Chelsea paid for Romelu Lukaku in the summer, seeing another club record signing come through the doors. Rice has made a total of 183 senior appearances for West Ham, with 9 goals and 9 assists to his name in all competitions. He has featured 38 times for his side in the current campaign, amassing 8 goal contributions. Manchester United and Chelsea have also showing a long-stand interest in signing Rice, who was released from the Cobham Academy when he was younger. Rice currently has 2 years left on his contract at West Ham and is yet to sign an extension, perhaps showing a desire to move on. It remains to be seen as to what the future holds, but Danny Finkelstein, part of the Todd Boehly consortium to have bid for Chelsea, has previously stated that he wishes for the club to purchase Rice. Chelsea sanctions Hinder pursuit of Leeds United star Raphinha. Chelsea were leading the race for Leeds United star Raphinha before they had restrictions placed on the club following Roman Abramovich's sanctioning by the UK government, according to reports. As per Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea were leading the race for Raphinha before the sanctions were put in place. It is believed that the Brazilian will be available for as little as €25 million if Leeds are relegated, and if they stay up he has a minimum fee release clause of €75 million, which means that Leeds cannot stop any club who bids that amount. Football London previously reported that Chelsea have held an interest in Raphinha since his days at Rennes during the 2019-20 campaign, when Blues scouts were watching Senegalese international Edouard Mendy, as well as 19-year-old Eduardo Camavinga. Raphinha was strongly linked with the Blues ahead of the January transfer window, but the 25-year-old ended up staying at Leeds. Chelsea could re-enter the race for Raphinha if a takeover happens before the summer transfer window and the sanctions are lifted on the club. However, it remains to be seen as to how long a sale would take, with Rain Group looking for a swift process. With a deadline for bids set for March 18, Rain Group was set to announce a short list of 2 or 3 preferred parties. Despite this, it has been revealed that the delay in announcing the shortlist is due to the complex nature of the bids that have been submitted, as well as the high volume of information left with Rain, which means the process has taken longer. It remains to be seen as to what the future holds for Chelsea, as their transfer plans are currently on hold. Cesar Azpilicueta refuses to comment on Chelsea future during Spain international break amid Barcelona interest. Chelsea captain Cesar Azpilicueta has refused to comment on his future during the international break with Spain amid interest from La Liga side Barcelona. The 32-year-old is out of contract at the end of the season and has been able to negotiate with overseas clubs from January. There has been much discussion regarding his future, and speaking to Sport, he has refused to comment during the international break. "It's not the right moment or place to speak about my future," he said in a press conference. "If we have learned anything during the pandemic, it is to live day to day. I am enjoying being with the national team." Chelsea could still have time to offer their captain a contract extension, if their new owners come in time. The Blues are operating under a special license from the government, which means that they cannot offer contracts to their players. Barcelona has planned to progress talks with the Chelsea captain after looking like they have secured Andreas Christensen's future in Spain. Azpilicueta's future will likely depend on the vision of the new Chelsea owners, whilst Xavi is determined to secure his signature for his new-look Barcelona side. It remains to be seen as to what the future will hold for the defender, who has so far only been offered a year extension. Thomas Tuchel praises Christian Pulisic for recent run of good form. Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel has praised Christian Pulisic for his recent run of good form for the West London side. The Blues man has impressed in recent games for his club, having contributed in crucial games as they continue to compete on various fronts until the end of the season. Pulisic's work has been noticed by his German boss, with both having previous experience of working together during their days at Borussia Dortmund. Speaking to the official Chelsea website, Tuchel has praised the American international for his hard work in recent games for the world and European champions. Christian Pulisic was in the same situation as Kai Havertz. Both of them took the responsibility for the turnaround, so it is their responsibility, and they deserve the credit. They did amazingly, and you can see it on the pitch. If the players step up their responsibility on a daily basis and fight heavily for it and accept no excuses for themselves, and dig into the situation and dig their way out, then they will have our full support. Once this happens, it is of course sometimes a give and take, and then a positive cycle of improvement and support, and you get the positive feedback, and that is where Christian is at the moment. It is important, he, Pulisic, is decisive, and that is what we demand at the same time. We will keep on pushing them. In recent weeks, Pulisic has scored in both legs against Lille as Chelsea progressed to the Champions League quarter-finals. He also
That is all Chelsea news today. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Goodbye and see you by tomorrow news.